Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Friday. You heard from him this past Monday, and I am blessed to be welcoming back Scott Hartley as we talk about his four fundamentals for you to start hitting the inbox. Scott, welcome back, my friend.
Hey, Zach, glad to be here.
Man, I'm super excited about uncovering because I know we teased it, and I love teasing it a little bit and talking about your journey on Monday. But now we're going to shift into these four fundamentals to hit the inbox. Let's go ahead and dive right into this piece. Give us the four fundamentals and a little bit of insight about all of them.
Yeah. So really, getting your emails delivered to the inbox is not rocket science, but it is a mixture of science and art. Okay. And there's a lot of bad teaching that's out there on the internet right now about, how you can kind of like trick your way into the inbox and, different ways of maybe doing some cold email and how you can, kind of get around the spam filters that Microsoft and Google have in place. And while those may work for a time, it's ultimately going to cause you more problems in the long run. And so as I was kind of seeing more and more of that, being spread out into the marketplace, I really wanted to help small business owners understand these are the time tested, these are the proven things that are going to help you get more of your emails delivered and seen so you can get more sales. And it really just boils down to four things. The number one thing, if you take nothing else away from today's podcast, the number one thing to getting more of your emails delivered to the inbox is monitoring and managing your engagement. The people on your list, what are they doing with your emails, right? Are they opening them? Are they reading them? Are they clicking on the links? Are they forwarding to them to their friends and family? Are they doing positive interactions with your emails? The more of your list that does that, the higher your engagement. And Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo, they will love you for that. But if the bulk of your list sees your email and hits delete, or they do nothing, or in worst case, they mark you as spam, ooh, that's not a good thing. And Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo will penalize you for those types of things. So the first fundamental is your engagement. It matters the most. The second fundamental thing, this one, I love the analogy on this one, is, and from my research, 92% of small business owners are driving on the email marketing highway illegally. So Zach, you and I, we could go out this afternoon and we could buy a car and we could drive it off of the lot. We don't have to have a driver's license. We don't have to have insurance, and we don't have to have registration. We can simply just pull out onto the highway and start driving. And we're going to get by with that for a while, maybe a day, maybe a week, maybe a month, who knows? But eventually we're going to get pulled over. And when we get pulled over, Mr. Policeman's going to walk up beside our vehicle and we're going to be in trouble. We're going to have a ticket, or in worst case, go to jail. And it's the same way with email marketing. As we talked about on Monday, everybody does email marketing because we're told to do it. So you go out, you get you an email marketing platform, and you start sending emails. And everything looks good for a while. Well, guess what? Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo, eventually they're going to inspect that email. And they're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Something's not right here. They've pulled your email over, and now you got problems. And the reason is because you don't have authentication properly set up on your sending domain. And I don't want to go too deep into that because it gets kind of technical. I break it down in a very simplified way in my book. But having that authentication in place is allowing you now to drive legally on the email marketing highway so that when your emails are inspected, they're like, cool, you're good. We'll deliver this where you want it to go, right? So that's the second fundamental. The third fundamental is your email content. And it's not just the content itself, but it's also the layout of your emails as well. And this is really where it's more of this art. So engagement and authentication, those are scientific pieces. Those are rules that you have to abide by. The content is art, because my list is probably going to be different from your list, Zach. And our lists are going to be different from all of your listeners' list. And so how we write, what we include in our emails, things like that, that's going to be a little bit different. And we have to test those to see what works best with our audience, right? There are some guidelines that we can give you. So like, don't load your emails up with a bunch of images. Typically 1 or 2 small ones is enough. Don't include a lot of links in your emails. Keeping it limited to 3 or less total links in your email is going to allow it to get through. If you have a bunch of links in there, it screams, hey, I'm a marketing message, right? So you want to limit some of those types of things. But the content is really important there as well. And then the fourth fundamental goes back to a little bit what I talked about at the beginning, was our reputation. So you and I as individuals, we have reputations in our communities, whether it's a business community or our community where we live. The same way, when we're sending emails, we have a reputation with Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo that they look at. So it's our own reputation. So are we known for sending out spam? Are we known for driving illegally on the email marketing highway? Or are we abiding by the rules that they've set out? You know, keeping things in good graces with them. Our reputation is also affected by external factors as well. So one of the things that I talk about in my book is you need to know when it's time to fire your web host. I discovered this last year for myself because I had emails that weren't getting delivered from my regular inbox that I was sending one-on-one to a person, and it wasn't getting delivered. It wasn't anything that I had done, but it was a problem with where my website was hosted. And I had to fire my web host and go get a different one. So that can have an effect on it because that's part of your reputation. Additionally, one of the things I talk about in my book that's related to your reputation is, what are you linking to in your emails? Okay. Some of your audience may be doing affiliate offers. So they offer somebody else's product, or maybe they link to a YouTube video or their LinkedIn page or something like that. If any of those third-party websites happen to be listed on a block list, guess where your email is going to land? Not in the inbox. It's probably going to go to junk or spam. And as of today's recording, when we're recording this podcast, LinkedIn is on a block list. So chances are, if you have an icon linked to your LinkedIn profile in your emails that you're sending out, you have a higher probability of your email going to junk or spam than if you didn't have that in there. And so you have to be very careful, because your reputation isn't just you, but it's who you are associated with that Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo look at. Should we trust this person? Should we deliver that inbox or that email to the inbox? So those are the 4 fundamentals: your engagement, your authentication, your content, and your reputation. If you master those 4 things, and you have a good understanding of what it takes to make sure that all 4 of those are in the proper place, then you have a better chance of getting your emails delivered where you want them.
Man, Scott, I'm over here taking so many damn notes. I had nothing to say in the middle of it. Man, this is phenomenal, phenomenal stuff. And I know you mentioned you dive really deep into the book, and I know I've got it sitting ready for me to read it, and I wanted to talk through it with you first. And but I've got it sitting ready for me to dive into it, because I think these are things that all of us are guilty of, especially if we had no clue on them, right? And I'm one of those guys that have no
Exactly.
clue.
Yeah.
So I think that's phenomenal. Remind the audience, what's the best place to reach you, get the copy of the book, and find out more about everything to dive deeper into it?
Yeah. The best place to get the book is hittheinboxbook.com. It's $7. So it's affordable for every small business owner out there to at least get the basic knowledge that you need to do email marketing right and make sure that you're profitable when you're doing email marketing. Couple things when you get the book. So I'm giving away 2 bonuses. So the book itself is going to help you get your emails delivered to the inbox. Once they land there, what's the next thing that needs to happen? They need to get opened, right? So my first bonus that I'm giving is 143 attention grabbing subject lines. So these are subject lines that I have culled from emails that I've received and that I know that are getting good open rates by their senders. So you can take those subject lines and model them for the emails that you send out. So you've got the book that's going to help you get it delivered. You've got the headlines or the subject lines that are going to help the emails get opened. Then once it's opened, now you need people to take action on what they're reading. So I'm also going to give you as a bonus my marketing messaging checklist. Everything that you need to include in your email so that people take your desired action. Is it to go opt in for a free resource? Is it to go buy something? Is it to sign up for something? Whatever it is, that marketing messaging checklist is going to help you have all of the essential elements to have a high converting email message. So for $7, you get all of that together, and it's basically email marketing in a box, and will help you take your email marketing to the next level.
Man, I absolutely love it, Scott. That is monster value, especially the bonuses. And I encourage everybody, reach out, obviously connect with Scott as a whole, but go get the book, go get the bonuses. I think it's stuff we all need to do better on. And overall, Scott, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the knowledge and the huge impact you're bringing to the audience, my friend.
Like you said earlier, it's like these are things that people don't tell us. We don't know this as small business owners, but now we have the opportunity to really get that knowledge and apply that into our business so that we can be totally set apart from our competition.
Absolutely love it, man. Thanks so much, my friend.
All right, have a good one.